Welcome back to the DAX Files for another Universal Orlando construction report. There's been a lot of progress around Universal CityWalk, Universal Studios, and Islands of Adventure over the past couple of weeks, including this massive new tower behind the Universal Globe. Let's get ready to dive right in. Before we do, though, a huge thank you to everyone who watched, liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel after the last update video. That video quickly rose to the top of the charts on my channel in almost every single metric. I definitely appreciate the support as I continue to grow the channel and do what I love most, talk theme parks. If you're new here, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button for bi-weekly updates from around Universal Orlando Resort. And be sure to hit the like and hype buttons below to help me push this video out even more. And don't forget to check out some of my other adventures on my channel homepage. This week, we're going to start off in CityWalk, where we'll look at the ongoing construction on the new Five Guys Burgers and Fries, as well as the CityWalk Shell Building, Luke Combs Category 10, and a newly announced project involving the Hot Dog Hall of Fame. We'll then head over to Universal Studios to check out what's new with the entrance refresh project, as well as some refurbishment updates for the horror makeup show, Poe's Kung Fu Training Camp, and Men in Black Alien Attack. We'll then take a look at some general updates around the park, and then a look at the huge progress around Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And we'll end this week's update in Islands of Adventure, where there's a lot of progress on the port of entry refurbishments and the demolition of the Lost Continent, which has escalated pretty quickly since my last update. And then we'll take a look at some general updates around Hogsmeade, Jurassic Park, and Toon Lagoon. Alright, everybody ready? Let's go. Starting off in CityWalk, there's not much new to report on the replacement of the Burger King Whopper bar. Kitchen work is still underway, but all of the Burger King signage is still in place. I do find this a little strange, as Universal normally removes signage right after something closes. Five Guys Burgers and Fries is expected to open in this space later this summer. We do have a new closure announcement in CityWalk, and that's for the Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Universal recently announced that the walk-up hot dog restaurant would be converted into Joey Fatone's Fat Ones Hot Dogs and Italian Ice. Fatone, a prominent member of NSYNC, previously worked at Universal Studios Florida in the Beetlejuice Graveyard Revue show, making him the first team member in resort history to get his own restaurant on property. That's an interesting badge of honor. Hot Dog Hall of Fame will close in July, with Fat Ones expected to open later this year. And another interesting update in CityWalk. In my last episode, I showed that the Riverfront Bar, next to the Cinnabon cart, had closed. At the time of that update, the bar had been completely emptied out. But now, it's strangely back open. Not sure if this is a temporary move for capacity, or if it's operating on a limited basis, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that one, as work is expected to begin soon on Category 10. And finally, not much to report on the CityWalk Shell Building refurbishment, other than some more of the steel beams have been painted. Over at Universal Studios Florida, the new color scheme for the park entrance is encroaching closer and closer to the main archway, where the gateways on the left side of the arch have started to receive the new white and tan color scheme. Most of what you're seeing now is the base color, with additional coats and the brown and gold trim expected to be added probably before I hit publish on this video. I would imagine that Universal wants to have the whole project done by the time they need to get HHN decorations up on it. So, I'd assume this will be done within the next few weeks. At the horror makeup show, the sign out front has changed. And I don't just mean the little A-frame telling you the show is closed. The Pantages marquee sign has had all of its lettering removed. Some new permits were filed for interior enhancements, very likely to this building, but we don't know much about what this entails just yet. Over in Dreamworks land, refurbishment is underway on Poe's Kung Fu Training Camp, which is scheduled to reopen on July 3rd, with work walls now surrounding the entire area. Unlike my last update, where only the splash pad was closed. We still don't know the extent to what is happening as part of this refurbishment, but given the quality issues with the construction of other areas in the land, such as the splash pad and Streck Swamp, it definitely seems like Universal is trying to do some major repairs to get the land in full working order. Not sure if that means the Pond of Perpetual Wetness will be removed, but I certainly hope not, because that's a pretty awesome name. But we will find out in time. At the World Expo, Men in Black Alien Attack is closed for a 2-week refurbishment and is expected to reopen on June 17th. Details of what this refurbishment will entail haven't been announced, but some rumors out there indicate that the game system, the targets, and maybe even some of the ride vehicles are expected to be updated. I'm not expecting anything substantial other than routine maintenance on this update, but as the attraction is now 26 years old, it definitely could use some modernization. In New York, walls were removed in the roadways between the Minion Cafe and Race Through New York, as well as the walls that were between Race Through New York and the Macy's facade, as the infrastructure work taking place has been completed. And just in time, because the Universal Mega Movie Parade officially reopens today, June 5th, right around the time this video is going to go live. And there's nothing new to report on with Finnegan's this week. And we are moving on. And now, on to the massive update on Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, which is now 170 feet tall above the skyline of both Universal Studios and CityWalk. Earlier this week, construction started, and it's pretty much already ended, on the massive support structure for the 170-foot tall spike that will serve as the signature element for the new ride. As previously speculated, the track will appear to twist as it reaches the top of the tower, giving riders what will likely be an incredible view of the Universal Globe and the archway before plunging back down through the rest of the layout. We also have a new support system rising for what appears to be a little airtime element leading into that spike track, as seen in these images by Magic City Mayhem on X. The attachment points on the sides here also indicate that there will be some kind of structure installed for ride evacuations, maintenance, and possibly more. The support structures here are massive, and that's to support the extra weight added by the drifting bases under each vehicle. We do also have our first pieces of ride track in this area as well, which were placed the day I published my last update video, because of course it was. That track looks to be wider than normal Intamin track, for the same reason as the supports: the insane amount of extra weight on the vehicles. There's also this tent structure that has been added next to the electrical room. This appears to be related to cooling that building. I'd imagine this isn't permanent. Back inside the park now, the station building has almost doubled in size over the past week or so, as crews are now installing the framing for the queue portion of the building. Previously, the building ended where that elevator shaft is, but now it's about twice the size. We can expect the majority of the queue, as well as lockers and maybe retail space, to be in this new area. In the background, the maintenance building is starting to look like a finished building, with roof lines and downspouts now installed around the perimeter. My assumption is that they're pretty much down to interior build-out on that building so that they can get ready to accept delivery of the ride vehicles and begin prepping them for action next year. One last update from the studios, and that's that the merchandise area has been removed from the It's a Wrap store, with the only thing left inside being the My Universal Photos kiosk. Not sure if this is for a renovation, or perhaps an additional exit turnstile being added, but I'll keep an eye on it. And now, let's head over to Islands of Adventure. Embrace yourselves, folks. This is a wild one. Before we get to the heartbreak, there is some positive news, and that's in port of entry, where most of the scaffolding and work walls surrounding Confisco and the Backwater Bar is now gone, with only the scaffolding still up around the Croissant Moon Bakery. After months of refurbishment, these facades came out great, and now, into the Lost Continent. We do have some good news to report, and that's that the main waterfall in front of Mytha's restaurant is fully operational again. I still have a hard time accepting that Universal is going to let go of its 10-time winning Best Theme Park Restaurant in the World award. But at least they're making sure it gets somewhat of a proper send-off before it closes next year. In front of the former Poseidon's Fury attraction, work has escalated quite a bit. The landscaping in front of the Trident has all been removed as crews begin to focus on demolition of the Poseidon area. I was also the first to report last week that the Treasures of Poseidon store has closed, becoming the main victim of the post-Memorial Day phase of closures. No construction walls surrounding that building yet, but I would expect that to change soon as Poseidon Demolition gears up. Over in Sindbad Village, demolition is almost completed on the former show building. By the time I publish this video, it'll probably be fully gone. As I noted in my last video, crews were being very methodical in not demolishing the Hogsmeade Station water tower, which was a column on the side of the Sindbad building that was rethemed when the Hogwarts Express opened in 2014. As you can see from these videos, which were taken between Sunday, May 31st, and Tuesday, June 2nd, the building has mostly come down at this point, revealing a massive crater in its place where the building's seating area sloped down. Definitely an interesting sight to see. I'd expect that the archway into Sindbad, as well as the Mystic Fountain, will be the next victims of demolition, before crews start turning their attention to the Poseidon area. Over in Hogsmeade, Hogwarts Castle is looking great, with just a few areas still receiving paint and weathering at this point. Looking at the castle from the Jurassic Park bridge, which, surprise, has reopened, you can see that Hogwarts has never looked better. And honestly, neither has the landscaping in front of it. It looks really good right now. And now, crossing that freshly reopened bridge, we get our first look at the Jurassic Park archway in several months, which unfortunately did not seem to have much work done on it, as the sides are still scorched from the torches, and one of the torches is still out. Work on the thatched roofs over Jurassic Outfitters and River Adventure continues, with Jurassic Outfitters coming out of the scaffolding that previously surrounded. In Camp Jurassic, Pteranodon Flyers was supposed to open on May 22nd, but, as of this point, remains closed for refurbishment. When I recorded this video, the attraction was still cycling empty vehicles, but is now scheduled to reopen on July 2nd. Not sure what happened to push the reopening that far back, but with the attraction cycling, I would still think there's some kind of chance that July 2nd is a tentative date, which could get pushed back up if conditions allow. And finally, in Toon Lagoon, work is underway on the Wossamatta U-Store once again. This store has seen several iterations over the years, and in this particular case, the store windows appear to be self-aware of that fact. Not sure what's coming to this space, or when it will open, but stay tuned, I'll keep an eye on it. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Universal Orlando Construction Report. Stay tuned for a mini update next week, as I'll be traveling the following week when I would normally publish a new episode. And be sure to stay tuned to my channel, as I'll be headed to Dollywood for the first time ever next weekend, with a full vlog on the way shortly after, along with separate vlogs from Pigeon Forge and Nashville shortly after that. As always, don't forget to like and hype this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment letting me know what you're most excited for with the future of Universal Orlando Resort. I'll see you next time. Peace.